Sorry for that breaking transmission. Sorry for that breaking transmission. Maybe the reconnection were ongoing and couldn't okay it on time. That was why the video cut off. So it's not any attack from any shenanigans. So I guess it's reconnection that led to that. So we are going to share this very broadcast again. So just share this very broadcast again as you are led. Share this broadcast again. I guess most of our people is only on still on stay tuned to see if we come up online again. So please just share. I'm going to be introducing the topic right now for people that want to watch it. You have first of all go and watch the video one, which I'm going to be identified it later after this very point in time. You can see that these are some of the inconveniences we go through at times. If, for example, I was not with another different device, I would have not been able to live stream today. So whatever thing we feel, COMRADE Newton is giving us free. I labor for it, and I thank God for people who have been a source of encouragement to us also. So that's it. So reshare again. As you do that, God Almighty bless you richly. Just kindly reshare. I will introduce the topic right now, then we continue. So America must have reserve. That's why Americans today, they become the world power, because they have everything. I'm not going to be telling you how many subscriptions I do for phone, how many, because I don't want to now one give you. So you feel the money you are giving to him, no. Whatever thing you give, we give it out also. So we don't believe in eating people's sweat. So if you want to bless us, that's a different thing. Then life is all about the right principle and grace. Life is all about the right principle and grace. And your disobedience to nature and God of our ancestors will make your life to be miserable. And at times, when we tell people your disobedience to nature will make your life to be miserable, people do not understand. There is a way this way we're created and formed. Every one of us is a spirit. We live inside a body. The body you are seeing is not me. This one is just there for identification. And nobody can identify your spirit. They can only identify you. That's why a lot of people, when they become witch, they sleep and they transform to different things in the night. Now some of them, they use their mouth, they talk. Or people where they say coven, that have the same spirit will not come and say, this person, na idu, dove, na beat for that side. Some of them, they'll say na pigeon, ilehuhu, na be. Some of them, they'll say na uzo, antelope, na be. So every one of us is a spirit. And as a spirit, there are a lot of things you were given power to do. Now, at the time you are able to get all these principles, and this is a principle God Almighty has designated upon everyone's life. The people that apply today is the people we are clamoring for Kawo Kabiesi. There are people who have used also their mom and their dad and their loved one for human sacrifice. It did not bear up money for them because there are principles that follow it. Even to do the money ritual and become rich, it is difficult. That's why you see some people, they'll say, can you eat it? Most of you, they will give you 1 billion, you can't try it. Look at all our celebrities that go to Dubai, majority of them. Go and check out what is happening in Hollywood. You cannot afford what they do to get money. I mean myself, that's why I don't envy anybody. Because the kind of life you live to get your money, I can't do it. Now you are jealousy in a woman who was in abroad, who sell herself from here to Jamaica. Then you are envying her in the 4 flats she built with you that did not sell yourself. There is a time she's also going to be feeling pains because of what she gave her to get her house. Are you going to feel the same pain? No. I don't know where he kale. I don't jealousy anybody. Even the politicians we see today, I don't envy them because they have a house. I envy them because they are eating our destiny and ate our own along with it. That's the reason why I quarrel with them. If I say Oshomole, I'm not saying I'm richer than Oshomole. I don't even count his whatever. Because a lot of people don't really understand my teaching. If I castigate anybody, not that I want to be like I don't want to be like any of these idiots. I want to be like Donald Trump. Pray that prayer for me. Somebody that stand and say the world must have to know how to be transformed to zombie. That's who I am. I'm not. I've said it several times that I want all my friends to have a better car more than me. Now you they look at the higher your car, the higher the insurance. The higher your car, the higher the capacity, the higher when you're going to go and diagnose it, you want to repair the mechanic, the more money you spend. So don't envy anybody. Because we are different and uniquely unique. So as antelope, elephant head, the heavy elephant. Now so rat on see the heavy arm. So what am I trying to buttress to you is this. Until you start applying the real principle of life, man, then you go nowhere. And the principle to be rich is giving. That's why you see all this yahoo. After the Madam Hammer, they always give them instruction, go and share this money. The more you share it, the more money comes. There's principles. But most of us today want to make it by darky work. You see they suffer, you know they give up. Go and confirm us. One of our mother told me, he said, you can live poor to feed other people. I was surprised. So, there are people, your own, who might be for flattening phone. And most of us today, because they don't know the principle, that's why you feel we say my boy. If you were say now. When I say, don't you work out with training in school, you have not trained anybody, because you are not here work one day. But if you also extend that same hand of fellowship to other persons, but you really when you were on your brother right now was the first king you come across. He told you, how you gonna say man, and then he go son. Then or my when we were saying avec Yolia, but when you who can't go any, or we because you might be because don't be a boy about a family. Then the next person, a neighbor, when we your bona, will not be the one to say who is not the second Timothy. And say, Madam, what happened? Or brother, what's son? Or we do any trade with Scotland or Larry or Magbe. But today we are not to think. Oh, we talk about Oviye. This is a person Oviye. Honor he go need Oviye at least. Not in December now. Hey, I want to run every day by the but she choose to sow it. Because the message that comes out of here, or him you know again, or the same message is helping other persons. We don't know the principle of life. We feel I said tell her with that number. The people working with me, no can I swear to God, that's my mind. Because this is a collective work. I cannot give your sweat to my own brother. No, I can't do that. No, it's more bomb area. And I go to go now to bar. No, see more bomb. No, I won't do that. The God of heaven will not allow me to take your sweat and give because he's my brother. It is Joseph walking Joseph with Babu now. It was Joseph's brother that saw Joseph. Are you aware of that? Have you heard about the story of Esau and Jacob? Maybe Esau carried me over now. Or me when he was frustrated, they now encourage him. After his own brother, collected up his birthright. And also bargain his blessing. What about Cain and Abel? Have you forgotten? In the book of Genesis chapter 4? So for those of you, you have not trained anybody, or you are trained. Betray become betray when it comes from an unexpected person. It is good. They become good when you not do it for somebody that did not merit it. Therefore, yesterday here, a friend of mine in Port Harcourt called me that one of our friends, he left, he was leaving a big job. We attended the Gosa Grammar School together. After he have an accident, he and I used to see fear, of which I also contributed my best of my quarter last year. You know? Then again, the matter come up again. That look at what's happening. Then I make a phone call that transfers some certain amount of money, where I'm going to be saying here. Then again, I receive another call. Money bigger than that, more than 100%. Mena yi go ni meya west Nigeria ya say look more at least native. Meme the latest one, yeah. I think the one I have is almost outdated. The one I have was 2017. I couldn't order up to now. Anytime I want to make order, or order expenses still away. I'm not complaining. I don't say you should feel sorry for me. I'm teaching you here until you start helping people no mind. And it's from the will of God. That's why you have to be obedient. Because our disobedience is a law of nature. It ain't riches, you are giving. Life is all about giving. If you want to be rich, you have to learn how to give. That's why the only way they could explain it to you, all this is a full pastor, was Malachi 3 verse 10. Bring you your tithe and your offering so that I'll be meeting in my house. They don't encourage you to give to people. They encourage you to bring all your tithe to church. If you say you give it to orphanage home, they'll say you have not paid, you are still owing God. They make you feel guilty and put fear into you over your money. How will God now put 1,000 euro? Okay, when I go, the only way I can appreciate God right now is to also reach out from that same money. So that the blessing the person is going to get will be much. We are any person that help us not to it's a covenant. If I'm not vaccinated, I have to say my followers, they shouldn't be vaccinated. If you cannot kill me, you cannot kill any of my followers. Anyone that follow this person sincerely, on I prophesy, Pastor Suleiman, they are covenant children. Because God of nature, God of holy evil nyaga, is ready to give you holy evil nyaga anytime you temper with these people. Because there is a special thing that God Almighty uses them for. If you check the people you are envy today, they are rich. The court they belong to, what they are giving out, you can't even give it. The politicians you see today, they tell you how much some of them pay before they know Shomole. They pay millions. Me that you just come across today, so you saw me in the platter of God, you send me message all the time. Anytime you hear about when we talk about, come on, let help this person here. People that is not even what as I am. We are calling him with phone. Or the boy with phone, I will call you back. They full social media. But the grace I have, they don't have it. Now, why did I stood low? God resisted the proud and giveth much grace to the humble. That's why anytime I say something, God must obey. And it will happen. That's why I'm all urging everybody stay in your lane. So these are the problems that we have today. Disobedient to nature. Even when God said it. Now let's begin to search out the scripture. The book of James chapter 4 verse 7. He says, submit yourself then to God. Resist the devil. And with flee. The only way you can resist the devil, the devil always want to tell you to disobey God. You have to obey. That's why it's not a slogan. Are you obedient? People don't know the meaning of that word. I say, oh, to that man in America is my boy. He came to come and meet me. He was supposed to be the general overseer of civil disobedience. That was the name God prepared for him. But honor him, babe. He sold his up his birthright with the Lala in Italy, precisely Bologna. And people encourage him. But today, my activism, he cannot near there. He cannot even walk under me as we speak. Because it's very unstable. The book of James chapter 5. He said, double-minded person is unstable all his ways. Then if you read the book of Proverbs chapter 4 verse 5, he said, get wisdom, get understanding. Do not forget my word or turn away from them. Now, what is the word of God? Being obedient. Don't disobey nature. There is a way God has created you. Everything you see today in this world, everything we are changed by humans to suit them. Now, why did the Vatican created Jesus? Story. To rhyme with their religion. To make it rhyme with it. That's why they said the blood. The records are there. At least also in your kingdom. It's everywhere now. It's there. Are you doubting? Maybe we got doubt. You shouldn't doubt. You have to believe. That was how they created it. If you look at it today now, our people have also set up a narrative to suit what they are doing to you. They must have something to create that will suit it. So if you like, obey. If you doesn't like, disobey. We are going to be a little bit fast. Now, if you read the book of Proverbs 6, verse 20 again, he said, my son, keep your father's commandment and do not forsake the teaching of your mother. Now, how does God relate his commandment to his people? Now, remember the book of Jeremiah. I've already laid foundation in our first video that was 15 minutes or thereabout. You can go and watch it. I laid foundation by telling you, he said he's going to give you a pastor according to his heart. In the book of Jeremiah 3, verse 15. He said that we feed you with knowledge and understanding. That was why he referred you to the book of Hosea chapter 4 verse. He said, my children are destroyed. He was not talking about Satan. He was not talking about Lucifer. He said he saw children. Or we being here for one. Because of Enwaro. That's what he's telling you here. He said, obey your father's commandment and do not forsake the teaching. And if you are a man, you always instigate, because we always instigate your children against your wife. Because their mother get close to them more than you. Don't always instigate your children against their mother. Because there is something special. Because no mother will want to nurture your children in the area. Don't say, well, because there is katakata already. Right now, they should always obey you. Then no, don't try it. Encourage them to always obey their mother. Because even when you are not there, there are a lot of things their mother tells them. Poof here. That's why if you must raise up your children where in Europe, be using your wife at times as a defense. Why, if you are not so there, your wife will also use it. Your daddy can't tell her. Maybe I reckon if your mommy comes to there, I must tell her. The fear have to be in the two sides. You ain't got to hang up, but you have to make sure, as your wife is referring the children to you, calling you, we give the children, don't let feel bunga, we are bunga. Always find a way to also tell your children, please, always obey, or monoma obey ye, tamaga gwen mind. But so doing, you are helping yourself. In case when you are not around, whatever thing your mother said, their mother told them, okay, look at what my father always said. He said, I will always obey my mommy. Or monoma obey ye, gwen mind. But so doing, you are raising up children that will stand to come and defend the right of the people, who will defend our constitution, who we are going to send to anywhere to represent, or it will represent them well. But if you say must have to be you, well, you're gonna, my dear, you're going nowhere. That's why the book of Proverbs 6 verse 20 make it clear. He said, my son, keep your father's commandment, your father's command, and do not forsake the teaching of your mother. Now, you as a mother, are you a mother or a murderer? Are you supposed to be a wife or a knife? What are you teaching the children? Are you the type that instigate the children against their father? The very day when you swear the name of your papa, you don't let the children, your papa, your husband down for the children. The very day you lose it. Oh, you are going to call when they start beating you tomorrow. But if they come to you, maybe they want to come and gossip their mom. And what your mom told you is true. Why must you do that? Make sure if you must go be like my son, you have to obey whatever thing your mother told you. You have to rebuild them back. By so doing, you are building a home and you are not going to give birth to a riffraff that will come and start terrorizing the society. There is no way your children will ever be in a state of categorical species. That's why some women today, when they are home, when there is fight in the school or criminality in the school, because you know the children you have raised. Obedience, they say, is better than sacrifice. A lot of people did not know the reason why I bring out. We don't just bring out topic to come and convenience you. That's why the book of 1 Samuel 15 verse 21, verse 22 precisely, as I've earlier said before, he said, but Samuel replied, what is more pleasing to the Lord? Your burnt offering and sacrifice, or your obedience to his voice? Listen, obedience is better than sacrifice, and submission is better than offering and fat ram. Now, did you obey anything? If you have obeyed, you only small paracetamol but today, because you did not obey. Disobedient to nature. That's why we are rigmaroling today. And a lot of people don't know there is a spirit you carry. You settle in. I've been saying it here. People, you feel I'm a man of no talo. I just say, that's why I bring a lot of lectures here. Most of you may be feeling what is passing through. To God who made me, I don't pass through it. Okay, I will not be passing through this one. Let me one. I go, man. Let me one. They say, he's mad right to marry many wives, or it's not. Or masen akboma baba. No, until we begin to get it clear that no when I'm not be say who they hungry. Are they hungry? Not be say more go cook food. Now they hungry. Not be all. 99% of them are not hungry. It is the way they were brought up at home. This is a thing I've experienced. It have happened to me. I've lived with it. That will not tell you have a dotary way. I thought you are the type that like food. It may not work now. Let's go and eat. At the end of the day, I'm going to eat 2 slices while yourself will eat 10. Then who is to be blamed then? That is to say you are to be blamed. That's why some make it who are. A lot of us today, we believe in sacrifices of to obey. That's why when I was growing up, I mowed in my wall. Lead me not into temptation is better than deliver me from evil. I'm not a man of too much prayer, but I'm a man that made decree. If you book me on 7 days fasting, I don't have friends for that. I believe in do good and play less. Because why? I have the principle on my head. He said, a wise man does not save his egg on one basket. For those of you all your life, it's your father, your mother. We're not care about anybody now. Even your man, you don't even help. Where will you born? It's your father, your mother. All true. When you are falling, mind the way you treat people when you are climbing. So that the same people, when we are treating them, while we have a day, they will also be the one to rescue you. I do not save my egg on one basket. I save it in millions of baskets. As millions of baskets as available, I save it there. That's why if you are driving me away from Italy, somebody must give me accommodation in Germany. I've sold everywhere. Up to Australia, I sold. Because why I choose to choose the most difficult fight. I'm ego in nature. Ego does not run for storm. A storm arrow ego they go that way. A storm in my road. Storm make it go to be balanced. A lot of the more you feel you want to give us rest, my dear, I will call upon God of Zagazaga. What's the problem in you? That's why I'm a covenant child. A lot of people don't know. I don't just wake up one day and begin to do this thing. I was born to do it. It is not easy for God to recognize you in a struggle. That's my son in whom I'm well pleased. Now, what I'll be telling you, nobody read the Bible for you. The area that will favor them is what they read for you. The way outside the scripture is to explain them my way. And I'm going to be telling you, I pray the Spirit permits. The reason why some of our fathers, African fathers, I'm not talking about it here. I'm going to generalize it, I'm going to globalize it. The reason why they were going for many wives as at then, and the reason why the Oyibo intend to now bring a doctrine that says you have to marry one wife. The same way Oyibo will go and marry in the court. That's their traditional marriage. They don't have any other one. The same way they do traditional marriage at home. This one you are doing after marriage, you want to go do a registry. Maybe you are fooling yourself. And be customary, you are complicating lives. It's the same thing. That is their custom and tradition. Whether civil marriage, or be policial national marriage. So your father and this person, Papa, come, they pray the prayer, they do. It's supposed to end there. But we complicate our lives. I'm going to be telling you. So let's quickly finish up the scriptures. Because a garden, now a forest in a year now, maybe they will be closing by 7. And we have a few more time, you know. So if you read the book of Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 33, it says, walk in obedience. He said, walk in obedience. He said, walk in obedience to all that the Lord your God have commanded you, so that you may live and prosper and prolong your days in the land which you will possess. He said, walk in obedience. Now, what are the fundamental obedience that God have given? Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Now, why is it that all you is all about you? You don't have the charisma to help other person. You are possessed. If you don't reach out, I'm not only talking about me here. A lot of you today were wakwa because all your service is over you. The same over you today. If you have helped a friend out of 10 friends, who must omyopa no tiewe, or we my dear, ukuniwe yamyomo, ryukuna. And if you come to a time, if you look at it today, brothers and sisters, brotherhood and sisterhood is expiring. The people today God is sending on your way, man, no matter they have done from your local government. No, Igbenigun today, Igbenigun leaders will come that they have given me money for this activism. You know they. But are they brothers? They are brothers. We are very large. Maybe some of them they don't even watch. So I could be attacked also because they believe. So you can see how God will send mothers, brothers around you. Things are changing. So if you are saving your egg on one basket, you don't know the principle of life. And that's why absolutely man will tell you, come and sow in this grace. Ya yo, iya yo ma mo ma gbera o ya yo, o pe ajaji go wo ya ji geten, ya yo, iya yo ma mo ma gbera o ya yo. Now what they do is supposed to teach you the principles. Now do you know, I spend time with my followers. Any person that have ever one day called me to converse with me, I converse with you depends on your capacity. I don't discharge people. At times, okay, let me also call you, Chairman, it's long ago I heard from you, not that you are giving me anything. That's what I'm called to do. Maybe you that does not have the mind to give today, tomorrow you might also give to promote this same work. You are not giving me to pay my bills, or you are giving me to buy clothes for me. God has never make me one day to lack working online because of necessity. I'm unable to be online. It has never one day happened. That's why each day I drove out of my house, out of my comfort zone. It really does see man in my Vienna. It really laughing at your tongue. I don't know when last I sat down doing video. Either I must be in the forest or near the sea, or in the garden, or wherever, or in the street. So that's how God wants it to be for the now. Now the book of Exodus 24 verse 12. He said, the Lord said to Moses, come up to me on the mountain. You know, I told you right from time, there was always a specific location. That if God want to make use, he want to demand sacrifice from his children, or he want to tell them anything, he will trust them to go to so and so location. God don't just speak anyhow. Look at what he told Moses in the book of Exodus 24 verse 12. He said, the Lord said to Moses, come up to me on the mountain and stay here. I will give you the tablet. The one you are buying for your children now, Moses tablet of stone, which the law and the commandment I have written for the instructions. But the same thing Moses told his people, the Israelites. But they couldn't wait for him. They were in a hurry. They did not obey. They went to go and make a golden calf before Moses came. Then the book of Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 2, he said, write the vision and make it plain. It does not mean that the very day you write is going to manifest. He said, wait for it for an appointed time. I'm warning you, for an appointed time. Although it may tarry, although it may stay long, it must speak. Where does he write it? He writes it upon a tablet, a principle. God gave Habakkuk a principle. We don't follow any principle. Who is that guy to speak? Now, where are you going to hear this word from? Do you think you are going to be hearing this one from me? Ojeripo is more than disobedient to nature. Do you think Ojeripo will ever encourage you that you even come from water? All his mind is that every spirit, and he's also a marine. The marine no man. If they are performing any miracle, they don't perform it with power of God. The God of nature have been the one helping them. That's why most of this glorious song, that's both our past singers of blessed memory and the one that is living, we are going to be changing it. We are going to be changing it. Ijesu won ka ko ma akan fe wori. Ogo do ame o ka ko me. Yon pa kan ko na bere o. Yon pa gbinigbina na. Don't you say how glorious is going to be, then you'll be in your marriage. Are you swearing Jesu yo? A God of access even o ka ko me. Yon pa kan ko na bere. Yon pa gbinigbina na. You see how glorious is going to be. When we will storm the God to land, different musicians will be playing. And I want to be hearing short men. If you're a musician, go and start learning. We change the first narrative. It's a part of the first narrative. Giving glory to a narrative. And nobody will use God to sing. The one the Roman Empire created to suit their personal selfish interest is what we follow. Ogo dwame wa okpera ni la ejo nu ge gia megbe me. Wa oba me wa o we me. Denu Jesu won pera. Wa ni tie bon Jesu talk gbe o. Nonsense. After creating it, they have the infantry to come and exile our fathers and our mothers, you know. That's when they have the infantry. I think I'm afraid of you people. The book of James chapter 1 verse 22, he said, do not merely listen to the word and so deceive yourself. Do what he says. Now, what am I talking about here? How does this one affect your life? And what are those things that are fundamental that have gone away from your life? With the use this gospel, it gospel is removed. That's why I told you the other time, we are going to go back to the God of our ancestors. If not, you go nowhere. Anytime you see person now saying, my dear, not they insult them. Oh. Don't let me hear you say again, say, every spirit from Maria, my dear, oh, ya gon logo we se viana. Oh, we na ka 20 ans. Don't, because of this, they are deceiving you. But you won't believe. Body. I know there are good ones, no riabo. But this is a kingdom. The way you respect your kingdom, you are supposed to respect them. Have you ever one day you see me say I banned? I only banned you as a person because I am make you way. Even the river, the marine, they have department. There are power, all power in heaven and earth were created by God. But now you know what you want to use your own for. Just the same way we have a phone right now. We have a mouth. You can see people using their mouth to tear themselves down. But my own mouth is to tell you area where you have missed it. That's why today I'm telling you the fundamental principles that you have not really put in together in your life that make your life to be miserable today. One, you have to first know who you are. If you don't know who you are, you don't know how you are going to treat you. That's why anytime you are sick, you go to hospital to diagnose yourself first. The doctor wants to use that radiology to look at your microscope. Then they begin to apply it. That's why you go to Oracle, play Oracle for the native doctor or the soothsayer to see where you were tired. But I will write an appeal for you. But Christianity does not write appeal. Even who are punished with every demon in this body, I abandon, I chain. They look at you, we're not a him. That make it to be fake. Have you ever seen any Christianity in the church? I want money matter. I'm warning you right now. Abandon loose, and they are just making judgeability of you. At the end of the day, the same person of Bandi Babana, he will also go and meet the devil. Why are you not okay? Imagine there are some fathers today, like most of our top comedians. They teach their father. They frame what their father did not even do. Like Godons, and so my pa, he get many children for inside one room. Is it really true? It may not be saying so it really happen, but he just added to it to make you laugh. Because if he use his papa neighbor tell land, how will he of you do? That's why they use it until the land. But his father understand through this very thing my son is doing, he's giving me money, he will allow it. I think somebody were telling me a story one day that someone called her on phone that please come and lie that I'm owing you money. Make people start to follow me. He want that person to pull out on his head. As me just been I can't go and arrange. Say I give one girl belle. He don't go born. One born for US. One for Canada. Just for me to gather funds. People create some problem where they lost your emotion for. They create it just to get viewer. But now, the social media I'm proud enough to say I've saved thousands and millions of lives. But are they proud of it? What can they say they have done today? They have given you merriment for one day to cure a depression. Because most of you want the sack to while away time. But once somebody that is reasonable to, you can learn one or two things here today you have not had before. For those of you that always concentrate in trading on saving your egg on one basket, through this very message, you now understand that let me start helping people. What about this year disappoint me tomorrow? I have nobody to follow upon. That's why there are people today when something is hard for them. Every second, people pick it up. Not even from the same village. It is when you now become a corpse. No matter who you are, whether the children must have to call. Will be there to eat their own. That's why I thank the child most of you SS. Because when your father was alive or your mother, or we're 10 years from now, most of our senior brother married and we go your mom because this Jesus Christ in Yahweh. But we thank God there's already restoration. We are going to remove all this fake religion and go back to the God of our ancestors. There's a manuscript. There's a covenant God had with our fathers. Most of you are on your second journey. Most of you today, you are coming the first time. Oma Welari. There's reincarnations. That's why if your father do stress or member of your family, they must say, well, oh, we come on. That's why there is some opportunity today. Your friends will just come and say, Ogeli Hera. Then, because there is something your father did not fulfill, that your mother did not fulfill, that you want to come and fulfill. There was a good deal your father did that is don't do. May not be aware of he must be an activist because my father was the first activist. He fight to defend the right of the people. He fight to make sure every constitution is enslaving on Ekenoye. Yes, you must be. Your primary aim in life is to defend the defenseless. Why we are disown you. You have to do. You must have to be in your cause. Because that was who my father was. I made my father fight for Igbenandua. I had the transformer to spearhead it. My father, the rest of that children will be there. My father will carry us. My dig a pole. Then it was later I began to understand the reason why this man was doing a blessed memory. Now, what are you doing for today? Oh, you don't know why you can't win now. Then, why? Nothing. You don't care. All you know is about your children. And if you are not very careful, if you don't invest and sow in other people's children's life, the less privileged one, your children may grow up and become gay. Who are losers. A trauma no do move. Or do move wa yan person who waiting when again. Again, you do him and I'm UK. The government of hang back when I don't have you who know my immune system making out of the woo because you are not useless. A lot of people today they are in trauma because they invested all their life on their children and they forget there are so many children in Uronigbe. Everywhere who cannot even write. We are going to be reaching out to them soon. We are going to create a system when the government that is coming will come. You have to fund it. And we'll have people that are being employed. We'll be reaching out to the big government, but all parties cannot do it alone. We should be having bodies consecutively who do all these things. Share notebook to loops and corners. Even Obama will say, you word of faith. There are people today that is in Origbe primary school. They may not be having notes to write books because their mother can no longer go to farm or can't. But your children, they attend Igbenedion University. You are happy. Then they will go forward, my dear. Even where we call, where we roy goodly. You were helped to help other people. Ya you, iya yoma mama gbera o, ya you, okpe ayayi go wo ya yi reten, ya you, ya yoma mama gbera o, ya you. You have to take it. Now, at the time you are able to combat the principle of lives, If you want God to also protect your children and you want your children to live life, learn to help other children. No, Bama be sorry. Do it constantly. We are going to be having a system soon, whether global greatness or what. Our children will be given invitation to other children to also come abroad. It's going to happen. They are going to be running to and fro. All parents, all families who want to come abroad, our children will give them invitation to also come. Those that want to work abroad will work abroad. Depends on the cost of what you. If you have also sold for your children to be employed in the country based on your struggle, you can be commissioner for so and so. Because they are not using that one to pay you of what you have done. If they come in right now, maybe opportunity comes. New thing, which people do you want us to help your association? Don't be so surprised your name will not be called. You were my best friend, your name will not be there. I cannot rob Peter and people. We are not wanting you to give more. At times, there are times I will care. But most of all, we are so stingy. If your hand closed like this, or fussy, but if it is open, it's always dried. It says, blessed is the hand that giveth than the hand that receiveth. As you are giving, you are opening your hand. The person you are giving is closing his hand. There's always a limitation. That's why I prefer to give than to receive. My secretary told me one day, he said, President, you cannot continue like that. Now I said, don't worry, I will continue. Because you know that anytime people bless me with something, it's sharing. I hope you make sure, you know. To other people who we fed also needy. And we are going to be backing on giving us souvenirs as soon as possible. Giving our notebooks. Sharing at least. I waited 10,000, you know, envelope it and give it to all those workers who have children. Would government or the private institutions in Edo State have been paying, they are paying them 12,000. We want to see what we can also do about it. If it's going to be continuing, we can do it continuously. But once in a while, they must hear from us. I will not allow in my time for any human being to clear 100 by 100 naira. I did it, I never even knew. And it does not take me days to even do it. That time 100 naira was a very big money. You can use it for almost 1 month a year for. I'm talking about early 90s. Oh my God, give me. Not that the family were not okay, or the family who said, I've always wanted to carry my responsibility right from my childhood. If you go and meet my parents today, they will tell you, Newton is a son that does not bother anybody. That's one thing my father loved me for. He knows. Very hard work. He make care. He go to do renovation for us. Where Papa can do it. He go to be in the bricklayer, I will do it. Really. I'll go with my friend. Now, if I've not been doing, if I don't, you cannot survive this thing. A lot of people will ask at time, I can be shouting from that to tomorrow. I don't know how the energy comes. But you can't do it. So that's why it is good we encourage each other as far as life is concerned. The little thing we can do for each other, let's do it. Anything you are giving to me, you are giving to somebody more poorer, the most poorest person, because we know we are reaching out. We are reaching out. Let's read the Bible further. Our time is fast spent. The book of Psalm 128 verse 1, it says, blessed are all who fear the Lord, walk in obedience to him. He said, blessed are the one that fear the Lord, walk in obedience. Walk in Peter Obi. Obey what Unandikanu said. And I want to be advising all the... Okay, well, you're right, maybe they're not going to lock me here. Small time, I think I have to leave. Then I will just take a stroll out and do the live video there. Because I know when I can't jump fence. I know there's a fence I can jump anyway, but the instruction is there at the gate. You know. Here, they open 10 o'clock and close 7 o'clock in the evening. So he said walk in obedience. You have to walk in obedience. That's why a lot of people today, they've obeyed what we have been saying since how many years. That's why today I'm not bothered. If your activism does not fall or does not run with what the youth is trying to do today, there's something wrong with you. I know we still have some alien who, whether they are dying or not, they must support Tinubu. Imagine, the man is sick. We only want to take everything as a joke. A lot of people, they just take it, it's all about me, they don't care about the society. And they have children in the society. Tomorrow they start complaining. Me that's in abroad, I can stay any part of the Europe if I want. I can stay any part of the Europe and work in any part of the Europe apart from the Janjaweed UK. I can stay any part of the Europe. I will be right. I'll be contracting England as I like. Then what's your problem? If me myself, I'm tired over the situation of the country. You yourself, you are not tired. You are still projecting Tinubu for us. So a lot of people are mentally declined. Eh? They are mentally declined. The truth needs to be said. That's that. The book of Leviticus 22 verse 31. He said, keep my commands and follow them. I am the Lord. Now, after today's preaching, what you are supposed to do, go and start searching out the commandment of God. Let me throwing out a little by little. After today's preaching, go and search out what is the real commandment of God, the command of God. How does it command us? Does God command us to use our power to start misbehaving or to start treating each other? But if you look at it today, my voice, I've used it to elevate a lot of people. I've used it to bless a lot of people. If you feel intimidated by my language, you are taking a lot of it personal. Don't take it personal. Whatever thing I put here, if I say so and so person, this group of people is mad, don't count yourself that you are mad. You have to be matured. We are talking globally. So don't personalize it to yourself. If you personalize it to yourself, there is never a time you are going to benefit anything from this very platform. The only way you can benefit, whatever message that comes. Do you think all this thing, no Saloba Wari message, all is favorable to me? You think 6 million things I talk about here, it affects me also. It affects me also. I cannot be telling you about giving and I don't give. I cannot tell you, make yourself to be hungry. Make yourself to be hungry so that you can feed other people. When I'm not doing it, that to say I'm an hypocrite. There's never a time I will get the blessing. For you to know that everything you do where there's a blessing. That was why someone blessed me the first day here. Unexpected. I know the blessing will be coming. But when on Ayari, I told the person, yeah, narrative. Or now again, yeah, one now. And he made 90. You know, my. We don't want to buy here. The teaching will continue to see encouragement. It's not all about me. At times, leave the problem of your father and your mother. Pay hospital bill for another person's mother no mind. Look at the recent prank. I thank God for this. I always praise people. I want them to do well. These untouchable comedies. There was a prank he was doing one time. I came out here, I condemned it. And right now, the kind of prank he's not doing right now, he will act as a madman, begging for food. At times, he put something in his mouth and start vomiting. A lot of people fail that test. There was one I watched today. The lady was even a sales girl in the shop. He thought to say, okay, take granite. Maybe madam not go know. And that's a person may belong to the body of Christ. Or Sawaga, he just walk. He just walk kakore. He just walk by na deri. But the same Jesus couldn't know where blessing is coming your way. She fucked up. Our effort. He pursued the guy. The guy. And he was supposed to receive 100,000 naira that will change our life totally. Now grateful he great. Now know the value money. Do you know what is 100,000 naira? You know why I think why? There will be no do. Do you know how many people that be working or man on winner or receiving 18,000 that federal God? Do you know I go to gather 100,000? Well, I'm one and one do from Abuja. I mean 100,000. You cannot get that 100,000. But today, a lot of us we count it as if a friend just gave you money. You look at it as if you want a masse. You are even saying as if always me down and whatever. Oh, when we gonna die, you only tear bone. Yeah, men are you want to on behalf of anybody or because I'm the masterpiece of the gods. People have been very, very ungrateful. 20 kk can't in Nigeria. I will kill. Oh, you know, oh, chairman, God bless you. Do you know what? I know how much is minimum wage. I know the help in Igoni Averi, you know, man. How much is the money? Or see me have the for Yimoto, for example. Or see me have diagnose Montimea. But I'm appreciating people because why that is also going to reach. I become a beggar for that person, not for me. At times I beg for other people. 99% of begging I do here for other people, not for me. 99% begging. That's how to live life. He missed it. She missed it. Because of what? Or any home training. We know Proverbs 26 verse 20. Where we may always say name. Oh mama, at the end of the day, the one jeep open, the boy enter. He be like saying and the driver can't come down, can't go meet the woman. Say, you just missed your luck. Why? Because of a 1,000 naira a girl gave. I think another one again. I watched it today. Anything you may watching, I have a message for other persons. Not that I did not know it before. But there was a girl again. I don't even know how much that girl brought her, whether 100 naira. And the girl was also in hurry. The guy man going on way now. The girl look, I don't know if your boy yet. I think it was 100 naira. She gave it out. He gave it out, the boy fell on the ground. Then the girl also waited to see how the whole thing play. Hey, please, oh, no die, oh. Hey, I don't mean any harm. That girl received full stuff. On top of all that, she were given 100,000. Another one again got an iPhone Pro when on a Fortuna they call her, for 1,000 naira he gave to somebody that's mad. Ama we me we are me attend the work till last la because he might bet too. He Jesus. That's why even saying well so all worry we now because my soul you turn on germinate. This is the time for us to sow. Because what you are giving directly is going to affect people's life. It's not about me. If some people can be proud when I build a life in Ghana, I think my life is more better. Because I sowed every good seed. I fight a good fight of faith. I finish my work. A day going to come, I'll come on media. I'll break the news. When I'm going to be resigning from the media. I'm going to be resigning from this media, doing other work better than this. Then the many metayoto, I got there on ground. The little we had, we spread it out. The most difficult thing you can do in life is to speak the truth. But I still thank God today, I still have millions of friends. A truth teller, I take baby and back way. But we have people who have stood out. The God of our ancestors is moving around. Sensitizes the mind of the people. That is my son in whom I'm well pleased. Stay with him. That's why I don't mind. That's why I tell you, control your mind, control your waiting. Should I obey you or obey God? I better obey God than to obey men. That's why what God has sent us, we have to do it, irrespective to whatsoever it may concern. So why am I putting this one here to your advantage? Giving open every closed door against you. All this prayer is that key, now lie, now giving be the key. Don't give. Okay, you are praying, God Almighty, rain. I planted, rain. You don't have crops on the ground. You have not sowed. If rain fall, put talking a quarter. But if there is crop there, the crop will absorb them. Then when sun will not shine, it will not become a complete metamorphosis. So these are some of the things we were lacking. That's why today we concentrate on I don't want to be your man. My life no have a problem with Bible. You be and see your fear. And today what your brother do to you, many way that way. Most of your team also were more one. Or two away, you know who you do what. My mind again. I can't say. Because if you are really in this media, you are doing what you get to do. You understand that staying too long in where your brothers is, without you even reaching out to other people, try to have other relations. The same kingdom. You can come from the same womb. About 20 video. Who are working womb? Who do they convince you where are Spain? Or you where are California? But the spirit will connect both of you. A Bible we can two work together except they agree. And the only thing you can agree with is the spirit. I have a lot of friends today. I said, we are women now. Emmanuel. Who here? If just came from nowhere. Fathers and mothers in Wakbo. Try it. Because why? That is what God does. I'm not joking here. At times you come across some certain persons in life. That person will just, he will just become your soulmate. I went to a mind over you. Or why would you have red line? He said, "Who fearful over you? Why am I calling?" Because both of you are from the same kingdom. A kingdom of darkness. You are from the same world. Different world in Mayakere. There are Marines. There are people that come from the forest. There are people as Ziza. As Ziza, maybe they go embrace each other. So, now if you are a class, we are a new creator, all things are passing away. Usana yesi man, we still lost husbands, we lost wives. But a new creature with him. The only way you can be a new creature, the very day you recognize the God of your ancestors and know where you are from. Then you now begin to pray upon the God of nature. You now begin to pray, Mother Nature, this is your daughter. I prefer you pray in the name of God than nature because you don't control Monana. Than praying in the name that will never bring a blessing to you. But you feel you are doing well. And when my son my yeti me or you as a man, my yeti I will feel Jesus Christ helping you. Just watch out and see how the analysis is going to be. The book of Hebrews 4 verse 11, he said, "Let us therefore make every effort to enter rest so that no one will perish by following the example of disobedience." Look at Hebrew. This is the New Testament. Hebrew chapter 4 verse 11. He said, "Let us therefore make every effort to enter rest so that no one will perish by the following the example of disobedience." I don't want anyone to perish. That's why I've given nobody who for Nigeria. I've done more than what Newton have done. No, tell me. Let's be frank and sincere now. Now, so a lot of people, the reason why you let it go forward, like you don't know how to appreciate good things. For me, I first of all castigated these untouchable comedies. Today, I'm praising him because he choose to have a change of heart. Have you ever one day in your closet and say, or you know everything is bad to you because you are an alien? Nothing is good in your sight. Not since this man become obedient. Have you ever seen me over castigate him? This is the land I want him to be. I'm the one controlling this man in America. He is my Watama is my boy. Then we can does Peter Obi. Win now. I can does it. It's not about Peter Obi. It's all about the government that I fought for. With God Almighty, I've given us the key already. It's not left for us to use the key and open the door. There's one thing God give you the key. Another thing for you to know the right door to use it for. Now, you are being given a key like this. Let me give you, I like giving illustrations. A key like this. This is a car key, for example. Then if you are being given this kind of car key, then you have to go to driver's side from distance to see the two vunro. Now, at the time he seal, uvunro, or was when you tested the button, anyone that now open, you know is the car key. But a lot of people doesn't even know. They'll start looking inside. Even if you're not, you will get this is not there yet. Instead of him to press the button to see, or to see before you even start looking, does this door look like the one with key? Nazi sign like the one. Now press it, Nazi sign, or it is button. That's the two different things. A lot of people, they feel they have the key. Do you even know the principle on how to use the key? You don't know it. And you don't want to ask questions. That's why every reasonable person, be you whatever, be you a professor, you are supposed to visit this page. Because there are a lot of things, no matter there, you are going to get it here. The very day you stop learning, that very day you start dying. If some people are talking about some spiritual matters, I look at the topic, then the Holy Spirit of God begin to interpret to me of what that thing means. I don't know, okay, so there are most of us that have been spiritually endowed. Our spiritual endowment is not to deceive you or to give you fake prophecy, rather than to teach you things, principles, spiritual principles. Disobedient to nature. Make our life today marigmaro. After 10 flats, one a cafe, one a idiot. See on the road, 30 years in road work. Now where is the rich? Because he got no principles. Most of these boys, these people come across, nothing here. What the motor, Baba? Motor is not investment too. A mobility. The car you buy now, 50,000 euros. In 15 years time, or an accident, I can't do bush. Depends on the car. Maybe so a car so run on Wabi in Nigeria, maybe in Senegal, like all these old Peugeot. If I tell you Renault 19, una bushai, una mwenza ladien, bushai Renault 19 grand service Senegal. Even there are Ejine Vanetina. Imagine the gene of Bagan service Nigeria pass on avec 20 ans. Vanet 1996 vehicle. Et qui t'aurait na maybe on a say don't even say 1 million qui t'aurait au Bokrihiano. Or that can 700,000 or 800,000. When in Yawagana. Don't a kit van, don't say 1 million Bokrihiano. This Volkswagen product, this LT 300 or so. No, LT 300. A kit already before, I think it was about 600. Only about say 1 point something. A kit LT 300. I want largely one day. Then I motor now. Why would this kind of old motor be more expensive than a new vehicle? And our people already again where this thing costs money at home. You have to know very once some alien enter the business. You know, your time able where this one is more expensive. That we are mainly San Valentin now. Who go near more of internet? Huawei. I want 2,100 years. Nissan Valentin. Everybody low SF. Because of him now, because they said he's strong. Because of he have a fear, never have a fear. Because me, I wonder only in Nigeria new things. Renault Tipa na we more so wa me no go there. Wa 100,000 naira jo yen there. Renault Tipa. A man deserve a man deserve me no ban on him. But here abroad, Alele. Renault Volvo, everything the same. But go to Nigeria, they have a specific want when it comes to transportations. Even when that thing is not even okay. Now, what am I trying to say in this essence is this. Life is all about principles. And it is when you are able to follow the principle, you now start talking about grace. The principle first. You have to know the principles. If you want to make way, there are principles. There are principles. Honor your father and your mother. So that the days may be long on the only covenant they promise you. That's the only commandment they promise you. The only commandment they promise you, the book of Ephesians, of Exodus. The only commandment there is a promise. He says, honor your father and your mother, so that the days may be long on earth. While your God have you, your days will be long. And who are some of those your fathers? Means from your lineage to come. You don't just wake up one day and say the life your forefather lived, the life your mother lives, all of them, they live as a devil, worry righteous. Or what demon, our audience on the mind before real. Trying to cancel every, that is, they temper with a lot of things. But the people that really follow principles, you see them today, they excel. All look worship our fear home deep. When you wear a body of Christ, you cannot even buy a bicycle. Shame on you. Because why? They lack principles. The life of grandfather, no one is worth. No one, a life in my, how will you just come? Then why Jesus? Jesus, because honor will you and suffer. In Moses suffer, Jesus Christ now will. But only economic wuyi or wizard only Malaka 3 verse 10. Because only why I ran with belu wabago. Thief. On your pama wuyi. Or paregui on a wuyo. Or wuye Leviticus. The same sacrifice Moses did, Noah did. That when God perceived the aroma, he said, Hadwana, Noah now. Oh, you are not different no more. Perceive it. And declare a covenant. I will never destroy this earth again with water. He had a great destroy one another down with them. But only one thing God will have in his mind. Oh, but he said it. Because why? Someone made a sacrifice. Jesus Christ now will you. Or honor will you 10 commandments. That's why a lot of people today, adultery is much. Because God can forgive. Jesus Christ can always forgive you. The book of John chapter 8. Moses put a law down. Every woman found in the very act of adultery. Why you be salowa? But Jesus Christ is why you worry? If you know you have not committed sin, be the first to cut off the stone. All of them, they drop off stone. He did not say, oh, I thought about the Moses, so it's good to be frank and sincere. That's why today we command forward. Anybody can do you anything. Yeah, when I need to pray for forgiveness. Except if none. That's why a lot of people take we got deliberately. They couldn't hear. The devil on low. Except on the contrary, the spirit begin to do some certain manifestation where men ya boge unwe magba. Udo you know what? There were a lot of people do something deliberately today. All why we're deliberately. Because Jesus Christ is not yabo. Jesus Christ was so very bobarana. You know running before. I'm with them. Is it not running by children today? Allegedly to what we are hearing, am I a confirm info that even leading to some of the kidnapping that's happening in running? You have not. I did a video about it that day. How the heck with that? You see the reason why I don't figuratively always saw the Fulani. I talked about your useless leader who sold us to them. I know that today now the truth is almost coming out. There's a one boy right now, that one will be confirmed. Or a boy now confirmed any. He work out with boss. He's the leader of that squad. Now they will start building houses, raising mansions. Trying to intimidate you when everybody see woman make a and you yourself you are celebrating them. Why are you one make a you must talk more that then a life in way bodies and that you don't know what they are doing. Let every boy in that Benin bring up their whatever a Kenyan amigo. You find out that most of them are criminals because they are in hurry. They fit where you are in competition with them before you come from abroad. You have a working hand. And you can, if you want to be in competition with me, come and let's fight for this freedom together. My late father, blessed memory, always from my born grace, from my achieve greatness. There are people that are just born great. I want be on the but don't take the little resources we have. We are supposed to use ourselves. Be still be suffering it. If one is sort of way you know, or where we are on a dog. When you mobilize a man, you mobilize a spirit. You mobilize physical man, let me mobilize spirit. Ni day as a ladan. Osalobo ligi wo nyanga. Ni tie more than nature you oru. Na maybe me de kanto. You know you was anyway. One go ligi wo nyanga and day you. That is when I got hungry. I don't even know whether Osomole has money. I'm telling you to the truth. I don't even know. I don't even know whether Igbenedion has money. That's why I don't jealousy anybody. Now, the little that's supposed to belong to us, Why are you taking it with yourself? So my father make it clear to me. He says some are born great, some achieve greatness. Ikme bona ya okpa. But egbo na mave miata lakpa. Unye genve nwaba. So don't use what you have to intimidate anybody. Ma uwe na ariokia, we na ame Ferrari. Wa be fear be gbe una fear gbe 140 160. Iya mwe sanction. Automatically we are say Madrid 20 minutes time ebe sevane. Umaro one accident we gbo you there because you are in a hurry. So don't envy anybody. So for those of you that always feel maybe some people they say, never do bring down idiot. How many people have you people imparted? Let's come and really investigate most of you. Most of you are ritualists. You cannot show up today, look at your mechanic workshop. You cannot show up today, look at what you do for a living. What you are, people are bastardized our society, cheating our people laziness, cheating our youth laziness. You have to do it, go kidnapping, you want to be like you. Then you think tomorrow God will allow your children to go scot-free. Now, if anybody want to imitate me tomorrow now, you go and learn how to lay bricks. Let's just set an example in our society. When I get constantly you are working as a common laborer and my dear daughter go somewhere. So far you have the strength to work. So the way I was telling somebody, the way you will be in an office doing secretarial or writing barrow, winning like I don't get tired. Because we saw a hook in nowhere. Was a baby made a mistake. You have to tear full page. A mistake you are even wow. So was save some memos, some write up so or what delete. You have to start all over again. A rimi have so they made a mistake. If they ties so if they go if you say. So can I ask now? So whatever thing you find doing, do it with utmost joy. The way you see your work, don't you see I look fresh? Did I look at somebody? No. We are carrying my banimoto. We are carrying with the book. That is how sensible they are. And these senseless they are. These are people who doesn't even have work. They haven't even led work. They are not even professional in their field of studies. They don't know how to encourage people. I can't get it. So whatever any person is doing, any I present it to you, so far he's doing it well, take it like that. So all fingers are not equals. We are born as human beings, but born different. We are from this. There are most of you today. The people you are calling your enemy today, most of the time you are not just enemy. At times there are some set up for a lift up. All you bring all money together. If you look at it today, social media is divided. Who want me is typing and what support no e man igbe comment yi me video iya mighty agbe comment ye you kunoro word no mave mu ekona they couldn't even do it. You can see how ya attack me. So people have said if you do all the time, let me just leave you people to your fate. You couldn't do that. You see somebody supporting an atrocity, even condemned in the book of Exodus chapter 20. The old 10 commandment is there. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Or my way, thou shalt not sleep with another. A man shall not sleep with another girl. Now, let me quickly put this one here as Anita. We close here. No, let me not put it. I will not put it. I don't want to let anybody feel inconvenienced. So, God Almighty bless you all. God Almighty will bless you all. Today's day is 9th of October 2022. Sunday 9th of October 2022. God will bless you all. For that very mother who have helped us, God will give you help. Ramification. As we keep on live streaming, so your life will be better. As we keep on live streaming every day by day, so your life will be on the run. So your life will be, that is being activated all the time, So as many of you that support us, whatever thing you lay your hands to do shall be blessed. So there are still more things we are still going to do. We are going to be going to Souvenir. We want to reach out to one of our first staff from Benin, from a school where one of our members will want to encourage some staff that are there who they are paying 12,000. I imagine Why? And it's also a church too. I will not mention the church here, talking with my own, You know, people, they don't have compassion. How can you be paying somebody 12,000 naira in a month? Work from 7 o'clock to about 5 o'clock, cleaning, whatever. So it's very disgusting. Ever since then, that is, although that just human wickedness in anything, human enslavement in anything. Why not also, okay, because you want more, let me increase it. They want to always make money for themselves. But we that have the godly mind, sincerely from God, our godly mind sincere from God, you know, we have never been in position, but the little position we are right now, we have to first start to see what we can do first. So I carry a larger cost in man for us to start reaching out. I know by the grace of God, a very good day, we will take over the government and make sure all these people's life are concentrating. We will not be giving money to politicians or cafe. You have half in California. You have to go and buy the one. You will sell the one in California. You are there with Dubai, you know location where you know. So it's going to be hashtag equality. You cannot have where we have money 10 the compound. Some people here in equipment sleeper man. We will sell 10 from those your cars. Then give some to some people, leave 2 with you, then use the rest to better other people. Somebody was sharing me with me today. You see rich men Oibo, in all the go 80 years. It's where it is. But when you see their picture when they were young, you'll be amazed. Even not by Ragmona. What gives me joy is ability to affect others' lives for good. All Ragmona, we get old one day. In my sorrow, Maga Odine, we can no longer see Mahaya here. My sorrow Mahaya Kege. Tunubu Yoyo one. Tunubu is a multi-billionaire, if not trillionaire. But Yage life is Tunubu. I remember your big bokewu. If my father were having the kind of money in the Tunubu army, maybe would have spent 200 years. Upon the money is sick, or your baby. Upon the money is sick, or your medical. Even the last picture here, the last picture on you move or to the private jet or you Pascal, you draw your draw a trouser. A lot of his dressing must your baby. Upon the pampas, Agmonihina. How old is he? Is he not 70 something is claiming? Are there no people today that are 120? Your baby. So your money is nothing. What God counts, no, your protector is how many lives you affected. You make all boys to become hooligan and vagabonds. A governor or what one power because of those if you know. How many children today can boast where it was through Oshomole or orphan or Iredo or orphanage in Owaredo, the main people that needed the help of Oshomole, no Shomole Uyobona. When I knew Ladiana where when Oshomole was around, we were very fat. Right now, during the time of Obaseki, we are not slim. Then they don't meet up to they survey the same people that should go for them. Where if you're sitting here, who sent you? How many so you can keep will determine how many allocation they are going to give to you. So let's be ending it. Our YouTube channel is IARCP TV. Our YouTube channel is IARCP TV. You can follow us on the Facebook. National Patriot Association is our page. And again, we also have another page for those of you that are just watching for the very first time. Is International Association for the Improvement of Colored People, #equality. And I tend to use our construction page as a backup page at times to also reach out when they are over troubling us the other side. Maybe divert, you know, that's how we have been managing it. So it's not new word that is the association. That is our construction page. He got his license already. It's International Association. It's International Construction Company, sorry. So we have another Facebook page that is National Patriot Association. You can follow us there so that any of these one we used, you can always get a message raw and authentic. My Samo Obameze. So that is it. So you can follow us there. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, not for monetization purpose. IARCP TV is our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on our major page, the International Association for the Improvement of Colored People, #equality. Most people right now, they know us. So if you are touched by what I've said before, we want to reach out to some persons. If they don't say, maybe we can have 10,000 in an envelope. I'm also going to be a part of that blessing. It's what God of our ancestors have already laid in my heart. I must have to do it. I live by the grace of God, not in mountain then. As soon as I've ordered our workers in Benin for them to go and get an envelope. Such people like that, if you help them, imagine looking at it, giving a more salary to a person who was never expecting it. And they have not been told. They have not been told what we are going to be doing. This is between me, myself, and our coordinator in Edo State. So they have not been told. We can still decide not to do it, but by the grace of God, God will give us the fund to do it. At least, nothing too small, nothing to be. If you want to be a part and parcel, your children have to. And again, for those of you are receiving benefits, pay you. Be taking from those money and take care for that children in Nigeria. It must not have to be all about me. But if you want to help people, make sure you help people through godly person. Hey, you help them through webo. Help. Be very, very vigilant. If you want to help people, go with social media. Who you will give 1,000 naira to, or I keep it 900, or the 100 naira ladin. I'm not saying you should do it through me. I'm not the more righteous person, but I'm confident of my work. I'm confident upon the God of ancestors that sent me. So if you are touched to do it through us, no problem. Ego not anyway. Be sowing and be affecting other people's children. What did I say? Particularly those of you collecting money from children. I don't think if you can be able to call this place out. Imagine what a village, man. It's all about yourself. Stop giving to all these pastors. This reach out to. There are villages that just 5,000 will transform that family. Only 5,000 can transform that family. You don't. They are saying money naira have no value. It have no value for people that have it. It still have value for people that doesn't have. Who tell you have no value? I'm gonna be 12,000 naira now. All clean. 12,000 naira. So from the money they are giving to your children, reach out to them. Please, it's a seed. You are not giving it to me. It's for your children. These are some of the principles we are talking about. Keep on doing it constantly. You can also adopt some children, go to some villages. But if you want to do it more unique, you can go through us. We have an association already. We have a team of workers that were also sent to the field. It's going to be customized. If you want your name to be written on it, corpses or so and so, we write it on it. We can also be the one that's going to pay for example, maybe you buy the books. We can also pay for the printing. Let's do a collective responsibility so that we reach out to these children. At least let them also feel okay in school. You know what it takes now when you are opening, you have a new notebook. We used to do it all day. We fold our notebooks so that it tell me if for those people that doesn't fold their own. So you know how happy you are when you buy new note that time. So there are still people today. Don't always use categorically you are using a brother to look at it. There are still people that live worse life that you lived before. There are still people that still living that kind of life you live narrowly tired. So let them also have books to write. They are in the villages. They are in the villages. Collect from your children. At times make your children to be hungry. Or where nebate so not like it's a hamawuriene. Itene que ayuda gente de mi país. Niños como tú no tienen libro para estudiar. Me voy a comprar libros o lo que sea para gente de mi país. Let your children know you are not buying that tablet because you want to sow into other people's lives, other children, so that their life also will be good. For those of you that believe on my so just do that. So do that, God will bless you in a hurry. So do just that. In convenient, make your children hungry at time for that children. I don't really know. God have your way. So let's call it here. God bless you all. I want to appreciate every one of you for your good gesture and hospitality. So that mama, I for narrate, I for mention your name winning anywhere. But God, they were winning 1-0. But next time we will narrate you and we will mention your name globally. So all our helpers, God will bless you all. God will bless you all richly. For those that still want me to, please, if you are never one day so concerned, collect money from the one they are giving to your children. Anywhere you live, supporting this very one. It's not about me. They are not sharing it in my location. Even the last two palliative we have also said, I don't do such a thing like that. For the people that are always going, they always ask me, if I have a better one, they are not caught here. We are reaching out. So they have to eat. maybe God will also send another person to also do for them. So it does not mean that we doesn't show concern, but there are things outside that faith before your own. So that's that. So do have a nice day, everyone, and God bless you. My name is COMRADE Newton Igbenegun, Archbishop of Activism, the hero for democracy, ambassador for good governance, above all, CEO of civil disobedience worldwide, globally. I am the one. We are for Zeta Chrome to stand still. We are for fake leader to stand still. All demonic kingdom, we have collapsed them. The carcass are there now. So do have a nice day, everyone, till I come across your way again. From me to you, God bless you. Ciao.